when you look at a corporation, just like when you look at a slave owner, you want to distinguish between the institution and the individual. So slavery, for example, or other forms of tyranny are inherently monstrous, but the individuals participating in them may be the nicest guys you can imagine. Benevolent, friendly, nice to their children, even nice to their slaves, caring about other people. I mean, as individuals, they may be anything. As in their institutional role, they're monsters because the institution's monstrous.
As a modern-day slavery abolitionist, I understand what he means. I really get where he's coming from. There are people out there in charge right now in positions of power who are pure evil, and they have been doing evil things for generations, like the continuation of slavery through the 13th Amendment exception clause and private prisons and all of that. Those things are evil, you know, but there's somebody in charge of it doing it, and they've been doing it for a long time.
All right. So is there anything you would like to perform tonight, man? I always enjoy your work.
I like to work with poetic journalism. I try to mix in commentary in a way where you don't realize it's poetry until you're like a halfway through it or a third of the way through it, which is a lot of fun for me. You know, I just kind of like blow people's mind when they hear stuff like that. But this is an example of one of my most recent works.
This will be a treat for me because I've never heard you, Max. So.
What? Yo, sit down and grab that imaginary popcorn that we just popped and eat it and listen to this awesomeness that you're about to hear.
I hope I'm going to live up to the hype, man. You got me. Okay. All right, here we go. This is called, What About All the Sociopaths? Questioning of the Day. Sociopath. Examples, word, origin, noun, psychiatry. 1. A person with a psychopathic personality whose behavior is antisocial, often criminal, and who lacks a sense of moral responsibility or social conscience, severely lacking in human compassion, and at best, it's minimal. So, what about all the sociopaths? I don't hear anyone else asking, so I will. Should known sociopaths be allowed to continue in positions of power where their daily decisions can maim, harm, hurt, and kill? Would removing them from society, like isolation, incarceration, or social limitation, be the right thing to do? Or is it true and acceptable, or even considered respectable, to have diagnosed heartless monsters not only living among us as peers, but forcing us to live daily with our fears? In the government today, would it be okay to say our president is of a sociopathic mind? If not, how far down the line would you have to go to show it as a calculated risk to have at this time? Secretary of State, Congressman, Senator, Governor, Mayor, City Council, meter maid, when and where are sociopaths allowed to thrive or even to shine? Where does it stop? Would you knowingly support the rights of a sociopath to be a cop, a judge, a doctor, a teacher in daycare operation? Is there any point where society should consider a segregation or separation? Would you allow a sociopath to provide programming content for your child's entertainment and or education? I sometimes wonder if a sociopath can feel the sensation of hope. And some information of note, the groundbreaking multi-award-winning documentary The Corporation offered the psychologist's summations from a study of the corpse as a person of sorts and determined it was a sociopath back in 2004, almost a decade before the courts ruled in favor of this new flavor of persons. And yet the scenario worsens. Also of note to ponder the meaning, the Supreme Court decision that the corporation is allowed to exercise and exploit rights shared by human beings. This constructed freak has the right to speak through its coffers and political offers to politicians, pundits, and for the public's presentations. And even more recently, the Supreme Court is telling us that the same corporations can have a set of religious tenets and a rotten, profit-driven doctrine of a hostile gospel. It is a constructed person who can worship a god, a selfish system built to exploit, rape, and rob without remorse nor any fears of wrath. So I have to ask you again, what about all the sociopaths? Peace.
Oh, man. Yo, I'm sitting over here.
I feel like I just sat in a history class. Like, wait, what?